I'm not threatening you. Say one more word, and that's 30 days. 30 days.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame. Guess what, guys? This is number 80 on our compilation list. Yes, you heard me right. 80 is in the building. Before I give you the rundown on the judges, courtrooms that we're going to be in on today, I just want to say thank you for all of the support for our compilation playlist. I got to start doing community posts to get it out there because many of you I see commenting in the comments saying, oh, you should put this in a playlist, so on and so forth. Yes, guys, it is already in a playlist. If you go down in the description, you'll see that. And there's many 79 other videos that you can watch with multiple judges on each video. Now, FYI, there will be no commentary at the end of this compilation. Chapters will be added for your convenience. We are in 3 different courtrooms on today, and let me give you that rundown. First, we will be in Oakland County, Michigan, in one of their courtrooms for our first case. Second, we will be in the courtroom of Judge Phyllis Webster out of the state of Kansas. And last but not least, we will be in the courtroom of Judge Lisa Martin out of the state of Michigan. Guys, keep doing the great things that you're doing. Keep commenting, liking, sharing, and subscribing. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like YouTube is showing more love to a lot of these AI channels and channels that don't have humans on it talking. I don't know why. So help us in any way you can by sharing the content, commenting. It is surely a blessing to us. Now, there's no need to continue to talk. Nothing else to say. Let's go ahead and jump into number 80.
And who is the individual? And sir, what is your name at the jail?
I'm Roman Campbell. I mean, I can place my status on the record if you like.
Yeah, hold on one sec. Yeah, I'll get to you. 1 second. I need to look over some things. Are you representing yourself?
No, sir, I'm not representing myself. I'm presenting myself.
Okay. I mean, do you have a court-appointed attorney going to be speaking with you, or are you going to have a retained attorney?
No, sir.
Okay, calling case Tom King 25 William Boy 00474 in the matter of Roman Curtis Campbell. Mr. Campbell, would you please state your name for the record?
Yeah, I like to state
Just tell
my
me your
name.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, all I have to do is say it.
I'm Roman Curtis Campbell, a natural person for life.
Okay, let me ask you this question, Mr. Campbell. Let's try not to talk together. I mean, I'm going to allow you plenty of time to talk, but I have to. But are you representing yourself here today? You don't need an attorney, or you want an attorney?
No, sir, I'm not representing myself. I'm presenting myself. I don't need another man to present.
So are you presenting yourself? So you don't want an attorney, you're presenting yourself here today. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir, for that.
You're welcome.
You're charged with domestic violence, as I've indicated. MCL 750.81. It carries a maximum penalty of 93 days in jail, possible fines of $500 and/or both, not including any court costs. I am going to enter a plea on your behalf of not guilty on this offense. You will be given an additional, and you're also charged with refusal for collecting fingerprints and data, which the court is ordering that you do that. As I've indicated, I'm entering a plea of not guilty on your behalf for this matter. I'll indicate that you're self-representing at this time as well. I do have some other conditions for you before I set bond. You're not to have any direct or indirect contact with Marissa, Maurissa Smith. You're not to return to the premises known as Celeste Road.
That's my home.
I'm gonna keep going, and then I'm gonna take all your questions at the end. So no problem. It's not, just hold on to that question. That's all. You're gonna have plenty of time to talk at the end. So do not return to the premises known as Road, West Bloomfield. You will not assault, beat, verbally harass, intimidate, or threaten any potential witness. This person may appear for all court proceedings. Do not leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court, and immediately notify the court in writing of any change of address or phone number. You need to provide the court with a valid address within 24 hours of your release. Do not leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. You will not possess any firearms or other dangerous weapons. You shall refrain from using alcohol, any form of THC, illegal drugs, or using any medication. You must contact pretrial services within 24 hours of your release. That's at the 48th District Court in Bloomfield Hills. Pick up no new criminal offenses. And I understand you're self-representing yourself here today. The court will set a bond in the amount of $1,500 cash surety, no 10%. Sir, do you understand your bond, what I read off to you, your bond conditions?
Yeah, I understand all of that, but all of that.
Okay, now I'm gonna take your questions right now. Thank you very much. So what questions do you have for the court?
Can I place my status on the record, sir?
Absolutely, sir.
Okay, I'm Roman Curtis Kempiel. I'm a natural person in full life, in propria persona, sui juris serveritis. My nationality and citizenship being Moorish American national, unconditional heir, apparent vessel for the Moroccan Empire. I come at Northwest Mexum, at North America, North Gate, Turtle Island. I come under protection by way of Treaty of Peace and Friendship, 1836, between the United States Service Corporation and the Moroccan Empire. I also would like everybody else that's involved with this matter to place their status on the record so that it can be noted. And also, I'm not representing myself. I'm presenting myself. Not only that, I'm not standing a surety to Roman Curtis Kemp Hill in all capital letters, ins legis, corporate entity, so that be noted for the record, please, sir. I also reside in domicile at. That's my address. That's my home. The defendant, witness, or whoever that is, Marissa, she doesn't live there, and so that's where I was kidnapped from. That's my home, sir.
Okay, and I will allow you to go back there one time and one time only with a police escort to obtain some minor personal property. That's with a police escort only. Otherwise, you cannot go back to that location. You have another court date coming up. Your next court date is going to be your pretrial date. That date will be provided to you prior to you bonding out. If not, you're going to have to contact the 48th District Court in Bloomfield Hills. Other than that, best of luck to you, sir. Officer, we're all set here. Thank you very much for your time.
If I could, Your Honor, we would like the refusal of the booking process that he not be released until that is completed.
Absolutely, he must submit as it relates to the booking. He must submit to the booking processing in this information, including fingerprints, which is the biometric data. He must provide that information prior to release as well. You're all set, officer. Thank you.
So I'd like one more thing, sir. I'd like to invoke my treaty right to consular jurisdiction. I've been asking someone to be that's competent in the notification and access manual, and I haven't been given that right. My rights have been violated as far as all of that's concerned, also. So
okay, make sure you mention that to the judge when you see the judge. So thank you very much, sir, for that. And officer, we're all set.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, must submit the biometric fingerprint data prior to release.
Will now be on the record in 23 TR 2777, State of Kansas versus Anthony Edward Dubas. Jared Regier for the state. Is Mr. Dubas present? Anthony Dubas?
I am Anthony Edward Dubus. Dubus is the English pronunciation. Dubus is the original French. And I am appearing specially in propria persona, not pro se, as sui juris.
Okay, first of all, I can't see you, so you're not here.
Parents satisfied?
Thank you, sir. Now, as
Absolutely.
far as I need to go, well, I need you back here in person.
Okay, well, it's propria persona, not in person. I'm not the legal entity that you're claiming me to be.
All right, sir, if I can't get you on camera, you're not here.
I'm doing so right now. I'm just removing it as it's taped. It takes a while.
Now, the second order of business, let's get your name straight. I know a family with that the same exact spelling in America, and they do pronounce it Dubus, but you said you pronounce it
Dubus,
Dubus?
as the original Dubus, as the original French. Yep.
Very well, Dubus.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, Mr. Dubus appears in person and pro se.
Correction. Propria persona.
Well, in this court, it's in person. And
Correction. In all courts, it may be either pro se, either appear in person, or propria persona.
well, in my years of law school and nearly 40 years of practice, both as an attorney and a judge, it's been in person, and that's what I'm going with, sir. I believe that is just fine. So in any event, we will proceed with your charges. In count one, sir, you're charged with operating a motor vehicle on a highway of this state without having a valid driver's license pursuant to KSA 8-235A. In count two, it is alleged that on or about the 17th day of August, 2023, in Butler County, Kansas, you did then and there unlawfully operate or attempt to operate a motor vehicle, to wit, a 2003 Honda Accord, upon a highway of the state, to wit, 1700 block of East Foxtail Street, Andover, Butler County, Kansas, while the vehicle was not registered in violation of KSA 8-142. In count three, it is alleged that on or about the 17th day of August, 2023, in Butler County, Kansas, Anthony Edward Dubus, Dubus,
Thank you,
did
Myron.
then and there unlawfully and intentionally drive a motor vehicle upon a public highway or property open to use by the public and failed to provide proof of insurance upon demand by a law enforcement officer. Now, sir, if you had insurance when you were stopped, but just didn't have it with you or couldn't find it quickly, just provide proof to the county attorney and they'll most likely dismiss that charge. But if you really didn't have insurance, you're looking at a Class B non-person misdemeanor. The law does require a minimum fine if you're convicted of $300 up to $1,000, and it does have a possible jail sentence up to 6 months. Those are the charges against you. You do have the right to an attorney. You can hire any attorney of your choice, but if you cannot afford an attorney, you can apply and see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney. You don't have to have an attorney, though. You can waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself. So that's an order of business we need to take care of today, is whether you want an attorney or not. And then another is to make sure that you understand what the charges are and the possible penalties. Do you have any questions for me about that?
Yeah, I don't understand the nature and cause of the charges. I have not had my accuser face me to bring the charges against me, as is a violation of due process. And I want to correct, for the record of the court, the named defendant is different than the named person, being myself. Hold on, let me make sure I get that in view of the camera. The named person here is different than the one named in the charges and the counts, being a difference of representation of who exactly it is the charges are against. And it is to my belief and knowledge that per KAR 82-4 3, subsection A, exemption from the motor carrier safety regulations. A, the occasional transportation of personal property by private motor carriers that is not for compensation and is not in the furtherance of a commercial enterprise. I am exempt from these rules and regulations, and if I need to get a USDOT number to show that I was not operating a commercial motor vehicle or as a common carrier for business or for profit or in the furtherance of a commercial enterprise, I will be more than happy to produce that USDOT number to show that I am in fact a private motor carrier, not operating in commerce, not driving, as I'm merely transporting and traveling.
Mr. Dubois, you are not charged under the Uniform Commercial Carriers Code as adopted by the state of Kansas. You are charged just as a motorist operating a motor vehicle. Again, not a commercial vehicle. These are not laws that are subject to the commercial code or to the administrative regulation that you referred.
Although you mentioned the word operating, operating is a term used for the furtherance of a commercial enterprise, or driving, operating, the physical use or furtherance of for-profit business or for compensation.
It may under the commercial code, but not under the code otherwise.
It is under Kansas, correct?
It is not under Chapter 8 of the Kansas statutes or Chapter 40, which are filed under. But we can address that at a later date at a trial or a motions hearing if necessary. But I do not see the statutory language that you're addressing being applicable to these statutes, at least preliminarily at this hearing.
It is within, sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
That's my ruling there. And then on the name issue, I am not tracking you there. The only difference I see is that at the top of the document, state of Kansas and your name are capitalized, and in the initial or in the individual charges, it's traditional capital letter of the first name, all lowercase of the remaining names throughout. So I'm not following that argument. Again, if you want to readdress that at a later date, we can, but I'm just not seeing that argument.
Okay.
Now
then. I motion and move this court to dismiss this case for the motion I have filed and for the brief in support of motion to dismiss for lack of jurisdiction.
Sir, I do not have any such motion or brief in support. Mr. Regier, have you received any such documents?
Not to my knowledge, Your Honor, and so I fail to see, at least at this juncture, how such a motion is properly brought before the court, unless the court is aware of something that I am not aware of.
Well, that's what I'm trying to decide, if it's properly before the court. Mr. Dubois, who did you file the motion and brief with?
Well, seeing as your guys' e-file is down for what is it? It's called a ransom malware or something. I cannot e-file.
Right,
so
but you can mail it, or you can walk it into the clerk of the court. Have you done that?
Yes, I've mailed it. By email, which a court.
I'm sorry, when I
could.
Okay, go ahead, please. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're fine. It was by email, which the court clerk said I could, considering the e-file was down. And I can't really go 20-something miles to do that, considering my personal property was stolen.
When did you email it, sir? When did you email it?
A while ago.
Judge.
Yeah.
Yes.
We do not accept emailed filings, only faxed or by mail or person.
Okay, I was told that they do not have fax, so I could not do that. So email would be okay.
He may have called the wrong courthouse then.
They
Which-
spent 10 minutes finding my case because your guys' system was down. So I'm
you
fairly certain
recall
it was
which,
the correct one.
okay, do you recall which you file or which court you called?
Let me go to my sent. T Stafford at bucokansas.com.
I think that might be at the county courthouse, not the district courthouse.
Okay, so
Is it? Okay.
if you want to file something, sir, let's make sure you file it in a fashion that will get it officially recognized. So Ashley, how do you suggest he file motions and the like?
He will either need to mail us a copy of it or he can fax file.
And is your guys' fax active?
Yes, that has been the whole time.
Okay.
It's
And
not effective, yes.
what's the fax number?
Our fax number is 316-321-9486.
Okay. And my honor, I have one last question. For the nature and cause of these charges, is it a criminal or is it a civil matter?
This is a criminal matter.
Okay. As is a criminal matter, there are two jurisdictions which I may be tried. One is the common law, and the other is a military tribunal. Which of those two do you intend to try me in?
I intend to try you in this one, sir.
Which is this one? Please elaborate.
The criminal one.
Well, criminal has two jurisdictions. It is either the common law or it is the military tribunal.
Well, sir, we're not going to go into that at this point.
Are you refusing to acknowledge to me and tell me the nature and cause of the charges?
I have told you the nature and the cause of the charges.
You are not elaborating.
I think the remaining issue, sir, is whether you're going to hire an attorney, apply for court appointed, or represent yourself.
My honor, I need to know whether or not this is going to be in the common law or a military tribunal.
Well, I am going to ask you one more time. Are you going to hire an attorney, apply for court appointed, or represent yourself, sir?
Again, I'm not representing myself. I am sui juris in proper persona or propria persona.
So you're not going to have an attorney, or are you?
No, I'm not going to be presented or represented by any British agent, registrant, or anybody else to be a ward of the state. I'm standing on my rights and I do not abrogate them. And if you're going to continue to move this court without any sort of evidence, well, I guess I'll have to file that. But
we're going to set your hearing. How do you want to plead to the charges first? Then, if you don't want to have an attorney, how do you want to plead to no valid driver's license?
My honor, are you attempting to administer the trust without permission and consent?
I'm asking you for your response. I'm giving you the chance to respond. Do you want to plead to this charge or not?
My honor, I don't make any pleas as I am appearing in propria persona, and any plea would submit jurisdiction to the court. I am here challenging jurisdiction under the common law as I am owed the law of peace. And this is a fraud action as fraud in the inducement from the beginning under due process violations from Deputy Khalid Baraka and the other officers or sheriffs that were on scene. And if you're attempting to administer the trust without consent of myself the living man, the grantor, in common law, which is above admiralty maritime law, then you will be in violation of Article 3, Section 2, the trial of all crimes, except in case of impeachment, shall be jury, and such trial shall be held in a state where said crimes shall have been committed, but when they are not committed with any state, the trial shall be at such place or places as the Congress may by law have directed. And as there is a difference between the Republic state Kansas before the state of Kansas was brought into the Federation of the Union of States. And you will also be in violation of I'm getting it real quick. 18 U.S. Code sections 2381, treason. Whoever owing allegiance to the United States, the corporation, not United States of America or for America, levies war against them or adheres to the enemies, giving them aid and comfort within the United States or elsewhere, is guilty of treason and shall suffer death or shall be imprisoned not less than 5 years and fined under this title, but not less than $10,000, and shall be incapable of holding any office under the United States. I, Anthony Edward Dubus, the proper case trade name, not the all caps legal entity of which you're attempting to administer the trust of, am an American state national, a Kansas state national per 8 U.S.C. 1101, subsection 21, and is recognized by the Kansas Human Rights Commission as I have dealings with them going over my nationality in regards to a corporation in which I have a complaint filed against, has already been refused mediation by the company and is being investigated by Barbara Carper, the special investigator of Kansas Human Rights Commission, over my case specifically. And if you are attempting to move this case against myself, you are in violation of executing law rather than just judging on it. Which, if I need to pull up that statute
Sir, do you,
case as well.
sir, do you still have the same phone number you had posted on your bond that you have with AAA Butler County Bail Bonds? Is that still your current phone number?
My honor, Mrs.
316-252?
My honor, Webster, it is, you may call me either Anthony Dubus or Anthony Edward Dubus. I do not accept the term sir. Although,
well,
yes, my phone number is still the same at 316-252-9724.
All right. And is your address, okay, address's iPhone needs to be locked. Mr. Dubois, is your address still homeless, or do you have something more specific at this time?
See, they refuse to put down my address. I am within Wichita, Kansas, rural free delivery within the 4-corner rule 67202, aka the brackets around 67202. And they refused to put down my rural free delivery address and put me as homeless instead because they could not accept it. They refused. Also, Deputy Khalid Barakay, when I was taken to Butler County Detention Center, refused that there were any magistrates at all within any of the courts, which per due process of common law, I was to be taken before a magistrate or a tribunal, both judicial, either Article 3 or 4, in front of a magistrate judge to be decided whether or not I was even within the jurisdiction to be tried for these charges or commercial crimes.
Your next court date will be 2 weeks from Monday. What do you have, Ashley? 2 weeks from this past Monday. What is it?
I believe that is going to be Monday, the 18th.
All right, Mr. Dubois, your next court date is December 18th at 8 a.m. by Zoom. You can always appear in the courthouse personally if you like. I am appointing Attorney Darren Patterson. Now, if you don't want to use him,
I do not accept any appointment of any attorney.
But I show that you don't have a specific residence. Do you have a job, employment?
I did, and then these actions against myself from the state of Kansas caused me not to have it anymore, which I am in process of finding another one, putting in applications every day and making sure I do my due diligence to make sure that I can gain my compensation and my livable wage.
Well, your attorney is Darren Patterson.
My honor.
His number is 316-322-7700. Ashley, please send him Mr. Patterson, the appointment and the court date. I want you two to talk. If he can be of any service to you, I would encourage you to let him do so. If you have any questions or if you want him to help you with any motions, he can advise you on that. But I think at this point, there is a lot of confusion on your part about
no, there's no confusion
and how it works. Did you
I've
go to
researched
law school,
more than
Mr. Dubois? Did you go to law school? Are you a licensed attorney?
it is Anthony Dubus or Anthony Edward Dubus. No, I am not a licensed practice attorney, although that does not stop the common law right of anybody practicing law for themselves, or not, my bad, not practicing, as that is the commercial term, enacting law and being in court for themselves, on behalf of themselves, and to have any form of counsel they deem necessary.
All right, we do have finally a point we agree on, that you don't have to have counsel. But I want Mr. Patterson available to you because you have, in this court's opinion, mixed federal law and state law and other sources of law that don't all go together.
May I elaborate?
Want him to be available to you. I think we have exhausted this particular hearing, the purpose of which is merely to make sure you know what the charges are, the possible penalties, and your rights that I have gone over with you, including your right to counsel, which I'm hearing you say you don't wish to utilize. But nevertheless, I'm going to direct Mr. Patterson to at least be available to you, that you be here again December 18th at 8 a.m. by Zoom, and I'm going to continue your bond until that date and time. So anything else, Mr. Anthony Edward Dubois, please take that up. Thank you. Please take that up at the next hearing after you've had time to talk to Mr. Patterson.
Okay, my last final thing I want to say is I'm already filing Kansas Commission on Judicial Conduct complaint against a judge, and that would be the prior judge, Mr. Oh God, what's it? Mr. Lee, I believe, and I will be adding you to the complaint as well, as you are violating my due process right and my Sixth Amendment right.
Well, you're welcome to do that, sir, if you want, but at this time, this hearing is adjourned.
Okay, and I also want to mention that Mr. Regier has not moved this case against myself, and that the witness, firsthand witness that needs to be present to move this case against myself is not present.
Your argument
and is a violation of my Sixth Amendment. I yield.
Your arguments are noted, and we are in recess. You are excused at this time, Mr. Anthony Edward Dubois.
Dubus, thank you.
I will get it. Dubus.
You're fine. And in the reference to the family, of which you are probably familiar with,
yes.
I am the only person actually being within common law. They subject themselves as citizens, of which I'm not. And that is probably where the familiarity of the last name comes from. And
All right.
I appreciate your time. Thank you. And I hope you have a blessed day.
This is 210736 FY, State of Michigan versus Frank. Is it Mishu?
Michaud, I believe.
Michaud, thank you. Your appearances, please.
Judge, I'm not sure if we're waiting for the prosecutor, but on Mr. Michaud's behalf, I would say that I'm not sure if Mr. Michaud wants me to continue to represent him. I think he's expressed previously that he does not want me to continue to represent him. I'm happy to be here as some sort of standby counsel, but I prefer that Mr. Michaud sort of speak to whether I'm representing him or whether he intends to represent himself.
Give me one moment so we may get the prosecutor's appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mohammed on behalf of the people, P86771.
Thank you. And Mr. Michaud, your name for the record, sir.
I am the beneficiary of the Frank Anthony Michaud Junior Estate, making a special appearance, not general, and I appoint you as my trustee for the record.
And Mr. Michaud, were you able to hear Mr. Sullivan indicate that he is standing by as shadow counsel?
I heard him.
Okay. This case is scheduled this morning for PCC. How are we proceeding?
I'm here challenging the jurisdiction for the record, ma'am.
Judge, the people are prepared to set a preliminary exam in regards to this matter.
Mr. Michaud, you're able to raise that at the exam date, the allegations that these events occurred at Detroit Metro Airport, which is located in the city of Romulus. Are you ready to have the exam scheduled, sir?
I'm not here to
Mr.
have an
Michaud?
exam. Still trying to wonder why we moving forward with even having an exam, especially after not having, by the due process, even having a probable cause hearing.
It's not a problem, it's probable cause conference, sir, at which time the parties will indicate if they're ready to proceed to exam, if there's a plea or a waiver or some other resolution. So at this time, the assisting prosecuting attorney has requested that an exam be set. Are you prepared to have the exam scheduled?
No, as me here challenging the jurisdiction for the record, I want to put on the record that once the jurisdiction is challenged, the court cannot proceed when it clearly appears that the court lacks jurisdiction. The court has no authority to reach matters, but rather should dismiss the action. That's Mello versus US for the record.
And sir, what is it that you find, what is your allegation regarding the jurisdiction?
Well, what is the jurisdiction that the court is operating up under, ma'am? The Sixth Amendment.
The court has already,
Mr.
Michaud, the court has already indicated that the allegation is that this event occurred at Detroit Metro Airport, which is located in the city of Romulus. Are you indicating that this event that brings us here to court did not occur in the city of Romulus?
Well, I would like to know what jurisdiction is this court operating up under so that I can properly defend myself and represent myself for the record. So the Sixth Amendment grant me the right to know the nature and causes of these actions. So I would like to know what jurisdiction are you operating up under?
Sir, what the file indicates is that there's an offense dated February 23rd, 2021. And again, that the case happened at Detroit Metro Airport, which is located in the city of Romulus. That is a jurisdiction within this court's parameters. So that being the case, would you like to have an exam scheduled?
No, I would like to have under what jurisdiction are you proceeding with so I can properly defend myself?
I've said it three times already, Mr. Michaud. If you have indications or information that the event as alleged did not occur in the city of Romulus, I'll hear it at the exam date.
That's not a jurisdiction. The jurisdiction has to either be one or two. Is this common law or admiralty jurisdiction, or is, for the record, you gave me a location,
Michaud?
a jurisdiction.
Mr. Michaud, respectfully, what we'll do this morning is either schedule an exam, adjourn the PCC, or waive the exam. One of those three things.
Well, the law requires proof of jurisdiction to appear on the record of the administrative agency in all administrative proceedings. That's Higgins versus Levine. So I still would like to know under what jurisdiction so that I can properly defend myself, not the location. I need to know what jurisdiction is this court operating up under.
Mr. Michaud,
it wouldn't be a violation of your oath of office to tell me.
Mr. Michaud, for probable cause conference, and I'm sure that you've heard this before, we're doing one of a few things. We are scheduling the exam, we are adjourning the PCC, or we're waiving the exam. How are we proceeding?
We can't proceed until jurisdiction is proven on a record so that I can fully have an understanding of what's going on. I still don't understand what is going on without jurisdiction being proven on the record.
What don't you understand, sir?
I don't understand what jurisdiction are you operating up under. I have the right to know. And are you denying me my right to know what jurisdiction are you operating up under? Because it is your constitutional oath to let me know what jurisdiction it is that you are operating up under. And you still have not yet given me my right.
This is the 34th District Court, Mr. Michaud.
That's not a jurisdiction. That's not a constitutional jurisdiction, ma'am. Is this common law or admiralty? Is this criminal or civil?
It's a criminal case, sir.
Okay, if this
It's
is
a criminal case where it's alleged that you were a felon in possession of a firearm and that you carried a concealed weapon. That's count 2. And then count 3, felony firearm. Those are the allegations. I've given you the 3 counts in this matter. I've given you the date of the offense, and I've given you the location of the offense. We can do one of 3 things this morning, sir. We can adjourn the PCC, we can schedule the exam, or you may waive the exam. Which would you like to do this morning?
I want to have my rights given to me, and my right is to have the jurisdiction of the court. That's just for the record.
I've already indicated to you, sir, what the court is.
Is this common law or admiralty? That's the only jurisdictions that we can, that I know of. You still haven't acknowledged neither one, and I still don't understand what's going on. Until you acknowledge one or the other, we still haven't got jurisdiction on the record.
Mr. Michaud, do you intend to represent yourself in this matter going forward?
I would like to know jurisdiction so I can properly proceed to present myself properly. I can't properly present myself or defend myself without knowing what jurisdiction that you're operating up under. And you said it was criminal, so if it's criminal, and for a crime to exist, there must be an injured party, a corpus delicti. There can be no sanction imposed or penalty imposed on one because of this constitutional right. So if this is a criminal, where is the injured party? Who have I injured? I have the right to face my accuser, face the one who is bringing these allegations against me, ma'am.
Mr. Michaud, if you wish to be able to defend yourself and hear witnesses against you, the court is happy to schedule the exam. Is that what you're asking this morning?
No, as I appointed you as my trustee, I demand that you dismiss these actions for no corpus delicti, no proper jurisdiction, for no proper crime, injured party.
Mr. Muhammad, your response to Mr. Michaud's request that this case be dismissed.
Judge, the people's position is we would object to dismissing this case on the basis of lack of jurisdiction. As you mentioned earlier, this crime did occur in the county of Wayne, and thus we do have jurisdiction.
There is no jurisdiction without an injured party, for the record. So I would like to face the injured party for the record.
And Judge, my response is, then we should
Yes, sir.
then I believe we should set this for a preliminary exam.
I object to that, ma'am. You cannot proceed without jurisdiction being provided on the record. And you being my trustee, for the record, ma'am, you have to dismiss this case as I demand for the record.
Your request to have this matter dismissed is denied. Mr. Michaud, my question will remain the same. Would you wish the court to schedule an exam? Do you wish to waive that exam and have your case bound over to Third Circuit Court, Frank Murphy Hall of Justice? Or do you wish to adjourn the PCC? Those are your options this morning, sir. They're going to stay the same.
I would like for jurisdiction to be provided for the record, and that if not, I demand dismissal for the record.
This case will not be dismissed, sir. Would you like the exam scheduled? Would you like to waive the exam, or would you like to adjourn the PCC?
Again, jurisdiction for the record. You cannot proceed without, when once jurisdiction is challenged, again, the court cannot proceed when it clearly appears that the court lacks jurisdiction. The court has no authority to reach matters, but rather should dismiss the action. That is Mello versus US.
Mr. Michaud, this is the last time that I will say this. I've indicated to you that this court is the 34th District Court, that this case is criminal in nature, and the allegations that it occurred at Detroit Metro Airport, which is located in the city of Romulus. If there's something you wish to present, you may do so at the exam. You may present your motions at the exam date. So do you want an exam? Would you like the case to be waived? Or would you like to adjourn the PCC to confer with Mr. Sullivan?
No, I would like for this case to just be dismissed because the lack of providing a proper jurisdiction would make it seem like there is some secret jurisdiction being held against me without me knowing, and I don't consent to any jurisdiction that you have presented. I reserve all my rights for the record.
Understood. And that being the case, Mr. Sullivan, is there anything you'd like to add, sir?
Judge, I don't know what to say. I'm not sure that I still have authority to represent Mr. Michaud. I will say that Mr. Michaud has made his arguments, a couple times, and I think that the arguments have been, or the motions have been denied. And I've explained to him that those motions, his arguments are preserved on the record, and that he maintains the ability to appeal any denial of his motion to dismiss. He would be able to appeal that first at the circuit court level and then up to the Court of Appeals. So I've done my best to advise him of his rights to continue making that argument. I will also, I think the court may already be aware that Mr. Michaud is not in custody on this case. He's in custody on a contempt of court that Judge Oakley sentenced him to back at the end of January. So I don't know that there is, unlike clients that are in custody, a reason to expedite the setting of the preliminary exam. So I really, I want to defer to Mr. Michaud's stated interest, what it is that he wants to do with this case. I've given him advice, and I don't know what I can do beyond that. Again, I don't want to create any conflict in my representation.
And Mr. Sullivan, the court wasn't asking you to. The court has heard Mr. Michaud's arguments. The record has been made. Your statements have been preserved, Mr. Michaud. And at this time, the court can do one of two things. We can schedule you for an exam next week. We have space available next Wednesday, the 28th. We can adjourn this matter for another PCC next Wednesday morning at 8:30, or you may waive your exam. Your response is one of those three things, please, sir.
Well, my response, I want to ask you a question. Are you honoring your oath to the Constitution today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I accept your oath, and upon you honor your oath.
Then Mr. Michaud, no. I've answered your question. I've now given you your options multiple times. The court has other cases. Are we scheduling an exam for next Wednesday? Are you waiving your right to have the exam? Or would you like another PCC next Wednesday morning at 8:30 so you have time to consider your options and how you will proceed in this case?
I demand a dismissal for lack of jurisdiction for the record.
Your request is denied, sir. The record's preserved. If you wish to appeal that decision, you may do so in writing properly filed. Again, exam, waiver, or adjourn PCC.
Dismissal for the record. I demand that you dismiss this for not, you cannot move once jurisdiction is challenged, the court cannot proceed for the record, ma'am.
And Judge, for the record, the people would like to request a preliminary exam. There will be no plea offer. We did already have a probable cause conference in this case, so we are prepared to move forward, Judge, just for the record.
Mary Ann, is there space next Wednesday afternoon?
Yes, Judge, at 2:30.
I object. Court cannot proceed without jurisdiction for the record. Jurisdiction has not been provided for the record so that I may.
Mr. Michaud, the court has responded and provided the appropriate information to you. The exam will be scheduled for next Wednesday, February 28, 2024, at 2:30 p.m. in person here in courtroom number 1. If there is a motion that you want the court to consider, the court will take it up as a preliminary part of the exam.
I object.
Anything else, Mr. Mohammed?
Nothing from the people, Judge. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Michaud?
I demand for dismissal for the record. Court cannot proceed without jurisdiction being provided for the record, and yet you still continue.
Your oral motion having been heard and denied. Anything else?
Why are you denying to put the jurisdiction on the record? Why? I just want to know why. Why are you denying?
I've done that, Mr. Michaud. I've done that. I've asked you multiple times how you would like to proceed with this conference. You refuse to answer the court's question regarding how we're proceeding. The prosecution has requested an exam. The court has scheduled an exam. If there are things that you wish to take up preliminary next Wednesday, we will take it up before the exam starts.
I'm not prepared, do not wish to have a preliminary without me knowing how to defend myself under which jurisdiction. So it's still a violation of my rights, my due process. You're moving forward without telling me which jurisdiction so that I can properly defend myself and represent. Civil and criminal procedures have different jurisdictions, and I need to know which one are you operating up under now. How could you?
You do, Mr. Michaud. The court's answered the question multiple times, and the court deems this matter concluded. I will see you next Wednesday afternoon.
I'm not threatening you. Say one more word, and that's 30 days. 30 days.